Okay, Milia, they bother a lot of people, and today I'm going to show you how we get rid of them immediately. Also, we'll go into some prevention and things you can do at home to prevent and get rid of them over time. But really, there's only one way if you want them gone now to do that. So first things first, let's look and see what I do in my clinic to get rid of them immediately, and then we'll go into more detail. Let's watch. So let's look at a couple common extraction methods that we do in clinic. This is what I do here. A 27 gauge needle is just enough to open the skin and tease the milia off. Sometimes you can use a small laser device or a cautery. You just have to get that epithelium off, and then just simply a 4x4 little gauze, and you can move the gauze and just exfoliate it off. It's the most gentle method. Now, if we look at this method, a cautery was used, so heat. I like this little tool sometimes. You can see you just use a forceps, angled forceps, and you can then remove whatever it is that you need to remove. And here, this is another type of device that you can use to extract. Again, you have to nick at least the top of the milia in order to allow it to come out without too much trauma. So you don't have to really push hard to extract, but this gives you an idea of another device that can be used. And sometimes you can just use even a small blade to nick it like that, or you can use the forceps itself. Now here you can see a Q-tip being used, and that's a very gentle way. It's sometimes hard to do this on your own, so that's one of the reasons why I don't recommend doing this at home. Should be done in your clinic with your provider. But you see it's blunt, and the Q-tips are a gentle way to extract it. In this case, they used a larger gauge needle. This is around a 21, 22 gauge needle, but you have to nick it a little bit. Now it has to be done sterilely, because anytime you open the skin, you can get there's a risk of infection. And then here are the Q-tips again to extract it. So Milia, what are they actually? Well, they occur around the eyes, sometimes the cheeks and the chin area, and they are keratin type of cysts. So when keratin or skin cells get stuck beneath the skin and they form that little cystic area, and they're hard to get rid of immediately unless you extract them, but most importantly, prevent them and get on great skincare at home. So specifically for prevention, they often occur after inflammation. So of course we always want to avoid inflammation, but you might see them after you do a chemical peel, a laser resurfacing, CO2 laser resurfacing. We often see them 4 to 6 weeks out from that. But any type of inflammation, including sun. On that note, you don't want to be on a thick, heavy sunscreen if you're prone to these. So in my sunscreen, I make it for daily use. It doesn't cause these, and it's a light type of product. You can see the ingredients in mine. If you're on a light one that's working for you, great. If not, you might want to look at your sunscreen. The second thing is exfoliation, and this is key. What you're looking for is an AHA BHA combination. Alpha hydroxy glycolic, and the BHA component is often a salicylic that's fat soluble, so it gets into the pores. But most importantly, this type of product in a cream form will help exfoliate, and you can use it with your retinol, your retinoic acid, vitamin A derivatives, because they help increase the turnover of cells. Now, what people often make a big mistake doing is they try and rub them off, and they physically try and exfoliate. Physical exfoliation with towels, shaving, other devices that aggressively try and get rid of the surface of the skin. There are good, gentle ones. I have a few on my store that I use as a exfoliating scrub. You can make these at home. I have DIY videos on exfoliating scrubs. You can look at those. So it doesn't have to be anything expensive, but exfoliation is the key. Watch my videos on those if you don't have a good exfoliation method. So the retinoic increases the turnover of cells, and the AHA BHA cream, it kind of unglues the skin cells that are stuck down and allows them to be released. That is a great way to prevent. Now, the next level is a pad. So you can get pads that are dipped in retinol or ones that are AHA BHA combination pads, and they're wet. If they're not available yet on my store, I have a a whole set that I'm developing. I think they'll be available in mid-October. I'm not sure when this video will be up, but you'll see these pads around and they're soaked. And what you do is you cleanse the skin and then you use this pad and you scrub. And this scrubbing motion allows better absorption than your creams. Now, not everyone's going to tolerate these, but they are the next level of treatment. And of course, if you're going for extraction, you want to pop into your physician or provider and you can get the extractions done to immediately get rid of those and then prevent any further ones with your skincare routine. If you're patient, your skincare routine will take care of these if you don't need them gone right away. Now you're going to want to watch this video here on my blueprint skincare routine so that you never get these. You always have glowing, fresh, beautiful, vibrant skin to keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.